and good evening.
You give them a chance to.
Hello and good evening from Kyiv, Ukraine. We're on the set of Dear Dr. Sunday. This is a platform where we get to go into the mails of Dr. Sunday Adelaja and read and also interact and get some of his views and discuss them. So you're welcome as you join us. We appreciate the fact that you join us every now and then. So I would like to go through some of you who are already here. I can see Tonya Olobayo. She's saying good evening, everyone. I can see Mrs. Abiola Olojo, you're welcome. I can see Noset Magaji is watching. Samuel Adebayo, Stephen, Blessing Stephen, Anojo Otiotio Taufik, Idara, I'm completing name. Wow, that's a very wonderful name. Yakubu Jimo John, Bumigbenro Ajifaderemi Vera Omoye, Samuel Adebayo, Henry Act, Fumza Totetsi. A lot of people have joined and are joining today. Okay. Please do very well to share and let's have a very interesting conversation today. I can see Olan Rewaju, Rebecca Guliori, Ayodeji, Solomon Bello, Ellen Wellington. Yes, so thank you everyone for joining. Please don't forget to share. We are going to have a very, very interesting conversation today. We are still reviewing some of Pastor Sunday's letter, or Dr. Sunday's letter, as you know, many of you know him as Pastor Sunday, some of us, and some of you know him as Dr. Sunday Adelaja. So without further ado, I think it will be good to give him the chance to say hello to you guys. All right, so let's move to Pastor Sunday, Dr. Sunday, and say hello. So, Dr. Sunday, you're welcome, sir.
Yes. Greetings to all of you, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. We're here ready to do the honors. We are ready to do what we must do, which is to let you know, to inform you more about the experiences we're having behind the scene, including the letters that are coming to us. So today is one of such a day that, we expose you to some of the letters that come into me. And so we call it Dear Dr. Sunday or Dear DSA. And back to Victor.
Well, it's always a very interesting time being with Pastor Sunday. I mean, this is a very different program. I mean, here we are a little bit more relaxed. And yeah, the atmosphere is more relaxed and we can laugh. And we always laugh.
Always different, eh?
It's different, yeah. So today's going to be very interesting. We are going to continue the letter we started, I think that's 2 weeks ago now. And the writer of that, the author of that letter wrote that on this premise of this book that he read. The book is titled How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. So what happened was that someone read this book and he was not just moved or touched, he was so much inspired and motivated by this book. It revolutionized his mind. And I thought it nice that he should write Dr. Sunday Adelaja, who is the author of the book, about his opinion on what the book has done and what the book can do. So he's written a letter and we've been reviewing that letter. And so we'll just continue from where we stopped last week. So Dr. Sunday,
yep.
I guess I will read from the beginning to where we stopped last week. Then we'll just hear a summary of your view from, what we've read in the last two segments before we proceed to today's. Okay, so that's a deal. All right, so I'll read now. DSA, I want to sincerely thank you for all the efforts you put at giving us your book titled How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. Just recently, 3rd January 2018, I got 28 titles of your new books, among which is this one titled How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. I just finished reading the book and wow, I must say of all your books I have read, so far till date because I have read virtually all your books written in English. This well-researched, articulated masterpiece is my best. Firstly, reading this book did 4 quick things in my life. 1, it made me proud to be a Nigerian. 2, it opened my eyes to see that there is hope for our country, Nigeria. 3, it made me know that Nigeria is a blessed country filled with men and women with great talent and potentials that are needed all over the world. 4, it opened my eyes to see, to know that as Nigerians, even though we are black, we are not inferior to the whites. DSA, you can't believe it. This one book I picked to read, and I started marking, underlining, highlighting, and striking words from the introduction to the end. I almost went I almost wear away the book. Secondly, reading this book gave me a clear understanding why many Nigerians are asking that you come and contest election in Nigeria as president. I want to agree with them that you do that because going through the book, I can see the art of a man who truly knows his country, the people, and their way of life. DSA, even if you do not contest for election as president of Nigeria, I think the government of Nigeria can begin to consider appointing you as the special advisor to the president on developmental matters. Why do I say so, you may ask? Reason is because you already have the manual, that is the book. The book is How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. All right, so let's have your quick review or overview of the letter to this point. What's your reaction?
Well, what I think, each time I hear his response and this particular letter, each time I hear the opinion of somebody who has read my book, I have a double feeling in me, because I've written at least maybe 5 books on Nigeria so far. And these books I've written on Nigeria, they are the least sold or least moving books that I have. They are the books that people pay less attention to, even in Nigeria itself. I have a distributor in Nigeria, a representative. She is Shioma, and she told me that even in Nigeria, the only books that are not being bought are the books on Nigeria that are related to Nigeria. But you can't believe it that those are the books where I put my heart in so much, and those are the books that I sacrificed and I pushed myself to write. So when I talk about my books, some people, I don't know why some people are so myopic to only be thinking in terms of selling, or that's not, I don't even know where you're selling, where money is going to. I'm not interested in the selling of it. I'm more interested in people reading it and getting to know the information that is there. So I took myself through a lot of pain and stress to be able to put those books on Nigeria together. So I thought that if I could do that, that Nigerians would begin to read and their eyes would be opened. I didn't know that people have been so sensitized to only read things that are egocentric, that they are awakened only to things that are selfish, rather than things that are national. So this is a work that we have to do, and we have to overturn that particular situation. So when somebody, stumbles on the book like this, and then I'm hearing the very same report, the kind of report that I know anybody who will read these books will have, I'm excited. I'm excited because at least I'm vindicated by the testimony of this man that my efforts in putting the books together are not in vain on one hand, but like I said, on the other hand, it's painful that Nigerians are not getting to discover the gem and the grace and the brilliance in those books. You have read one of them and you confirm also that, and that book, nobody is buying it in Nigeria, Leadership. And you yourself can witness to the fact that, it's a loss for somebody not to have read that book. Yeah. Not even in Nigeria alone. Any human being that didn't read that book or any of these books, the person has lost a lot. But people are thinking, Nigeria, let me find out what I can read about myself. What would that be?
They are like, okay, Nigeria. Let me find what to do to get my life.
Let me find out to get my own life together.
Because if there's nothing in my stomach, you're telling me about Nigeria. But what probably many of us don't consider is that the environment that we create for ourselves ultimately influences our lives. So only if we would know how to create better environments, maybe just then our lives will be better. I'll give one statistics, especially to those who are watching. An average Nigerian, sir, every month, the statistic was that averagely every Nigerian spend 10,000 naira per month on petrol.
Telephone?
No, on petrol.
No, what about the ones who don't have car?
No, even this one for generator. This one is particularly for generator. So, just on an average, definitely some households don't have this, but the amount ultimately that we spend just on petrol to fuel generator.
But I will tell you, they spend more money on telephone now.
Yes, definitely. But just to think that the amount we spend on generator is enough to buy solar powered
for the whole country. Yeah.
But
because of egocentrism.
Yeah, the moment we just begin to think of ourselves, we split resources and we don't think.
So we cannot provide for the general good of the country.
Yeah. And that's the reason why politicians are corrupt. That's the reason why market people are corrupt.
That's the reason why the nation is underdeveloped.
Yes, sir. I so much agree with you. So there comes that time that we have to be thinking nationally, and we must take ourselves off the sentiment of tribe, sentiment of religion, sentiment of personal ego.
Yeah, so this man is talking about the benefit that he got.
He got, yes.
Okay, will you affirm the fact that other books that are already being written on Nigeria, at least the one you are familiar with, that they actually carry a benefit that is worth reading?
Yeah, for me, the one I...
Show them the ones that...
The one I particularly... Okay, so I'm going to show everyone, but let me start with the one that I particularly read, yeah. Let me join the leadership question. Do I have it here? No, I do not have it here. All right, so, but here are the books we have currently here. The Nigerian leadership question should be somewhere around. On Nigeria, we have okay. We have Only God Can Save Nigeria, What a Myth. Only God Can Save Nigeria, What a Myth. So in this book, you will learn that while we are singing Only God Can Save Nigeria, God is saying only we can fix Nigeria. So if we don't fix Nigeria, nobody will. You will learn the simple and practical steps on the pathway to national transformation. You will learn how to transform a nation. You will learn the insightful solutions and practical steps to restoring the glory of our great nation called Nigeria.
Even the book is not here.
So let me
them your own impression.
Yes, I will show them, but let me show them the ones we have here. Then I'll tell them about the ones I have read. So here's this one: how Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. How Nigerian economy can overtake the Nigerian economy. How the Nigerian economy can overtake Nigerian economy. And this one here is the Nigerian economy, the way forward. The Nigerian economy, the way forward. So the solutions to the present crisis are embedded in this book. And we have some others that talks about principles generally, but I will show you that after I tell you about the one I read. It's called the Nigerian the leadership question. Nigerian the leadership question. And so while I read that book, it opened my eyes to the solution that that we can have, or that exists, to tackling what we tagged as the leadership question, the leadership problem. Someone says everything rises and falls on leadership. Oh, thank you so much. So here is it: Nigeria and the leadership question. Nigeria and the leadership question. Someone said everything rises and falls on leadership, and so with that, we as Nigerians have had a way of blaming our leaders and blaming our misfortune on the lack of good leaders. But the author, which is Pastor Sunday, or who is Pastor Sunday, argued in this book that how can it be that in over 50 years of independence, we've not been lucky enough to have just one good leader? Then he's argued that probably something is wrong with our own argument, and then he showed the flaws in that argument. He showed the flaws in the fact that the problem of Nigeria is in one leader. He showed the flaw in the argument of saying we need someone messianic to just come and save us. Then he now profiled his own solution, which is very practical. And the moment I learned that solution, I felt like I could solve the problem of Nigeria straight away, just by understanding how to tackle this issue of leadership. In this book, he also tackled the problem of corruption. He brought it from the top to the bottom, so you can holistically see how to tackle corruption and how corruption is a value system, and no matter what you try to do, the messianic leader will hardly be able to thrive. And that's what you can see in the person of, let's say, someone like Muhammadu Buhari, who came to campaign like the messianic leader, and still till today, the systemic corruption is still thriving as much as it was before. In fact, Nigeria went back 12 places in the Transparency International Index. So when you read this book, you'll find the solution, you'll find the answers to those questions. I wouldn't want to tell you now so that you won't say I already said it and you don't want to read it. But generally, in this book, you'll find out the solution to, you find out the answers to the leadership problem that is plaguing Nigeria. In fact, from the moment you read the first chapter, something will tickle in you that will make you feel like, how come I've not been seeing it this way? In fact, if you are not even from Nigeria, just the fact that you read this book will make you start feeling a sense of responsibility in the community that you are from, because you would have understood exactly who is the leader that is needed in that community. You would have understood exactly how to produce the leader that is needed in that community. You would have understood exactly the fact that responsibility cannot be shifted. It must be taken. So that was primarily that's the number one thing I got from this book. So I've given you one. Don't say I didn't give you one. Responsibility cannot be shifted. It must be taken. So by Nigeria, what we are doing is that we are shifting responsibility. This Pastor Sunday has to be the leader. It's only Pastor Sunday. Victor has to be the leader. It's only Victor. It's only Victor. But we are now asking the question, how about me?
Messianic.
Yeah, the Messianic complex. All right, so that's about that for books on Nigeria. But the other books that you can read that also can give you a broad perspective to how to transform your nation, and in this case, for many of us who are from Nigeria, one is this book, How to Become a Developed Nation Through the Dignity of Labor. How to become a developed nation through the dignity of labor. The dignity of labor is a principle that has been underemphasized. In fact, people hardly talk about it. We live in a generation where we believe in 1 day of favor as against 100 days of labor. Whereas 1 day of favor may not come in 1,000 years, but 100 days of labor can be guaranteed. in the first 4 months of the year. In the first 4 months of the year, you can be guaranteed of 100 days of labor. But one day of favor, you just don't know when that will come. So, and if you don't know when that will come, if it does not come in 1,000 years, that means you will never get a developed nation in 1,000 years. But if you understand the dignity of labor and you engage in it, it means you can guarantee that in 4 months, you can actually transform the economy of your country. You can transform the economy of your community. You can transform your own personal economy just by engaging in the dignity of labor. So please get this book, and the insights in it would help you in a long way, in a very massive way. Then there's this one, how to transform and build a civilized nation. In the age where a lot of people are running out of Nigeria and are trying to run to Europe because of the promises that Europe offers, because of the prospects that they believe they can get in Europe, where a lot of people are running to America because they believe that America offers more, or America is more civilized. This book shows you exactly how to do the same in your country. In this case, let's talk about Nigeria. It shows you exactly how you can transform Nigeria and build civilization and civilized people and civilized systems out of Nigeria. It shows you the difference between the proverbial animal farm and the healthy community. So I think when you read this book, you have the overview and the insight and general idea of how to do that. Then this one is just to inspire you, to let you know that people have done it before you with less resource, with less understanding, with less technology, with less technical know-how. They've transformed the world, and they are not even better than you, and they are also from the black race. So you are not in any way less. You have a very massive historical background to believe that you can accomplish what you want to accomplish, and you definitely can transform Nigeria. If Africans brought civilization to Europe, you definitely can bring civilization to Africa. In fact, you will know through history that the World War, those who won it would never have done without the help of the Africans, those who won the World War. So Africans have been doing great, and you also can do great. So that's just about that for talking about a few of the books that Pastor Sunday has written on Nigeria. So I think these books are treasures that you should read if you actually want to help to build that nation. You should have the understanding of how to do that. And some of his thoughts he has documented in these books, and I think they will be very helpful for those of us who are looking forward to helping our dear nation, Nigeria. All right, so Pastor,
of their own countries.
Or your own country, yeah, because I have to put in mind that not everybody is from Nigeria. All right, so I think we should go on with the letter today.
Ready?
Okay. So let's read. Let's continue. He's saying, the following are my deductions, recommendations, counsel after reading this book. Okay, so I would like to read one by one.
Okay.
And I would like you to comment on every point.
Okay.
So one, I would like to retitle. He's saying he would like to retitle the book to read Nigeria, People and Culture. What do you think of his opinion?
So you would like to
retitle this book
and call it
Nigeria, People and Culture.
Yeah, I think it might be coming from a certain school of thought, or from that title or that combination of words like Nigeria, people, and culture. That might mean something to him, but not necessarily to me. That doesn't really mean anything to me. That would make the book sound more like a textbook in my own mind. If you just say Nigeria, people, and culture, that's just like introducing Nigeria and the people and the culture. But, what the book contains is exactly the way I say it. how to make Nigeria the greatest country in the world. That's the way I see it. If you say you call it the Nigeria, the people and the culture, maybe because he's so excited about what he read there, because he has said he's proud to be a Nigerian now, and he wants to be a Nigerian, and he believes that Nigeria can do everything. But I don't believe that every Nigerian will be able to become be the best in the world. But at least Nigeria as a whole can. So, I think it's a good idea that he came up with a title, with an alternative title, which means there is a process going on with him. Yes, while he's reading the book, and which means that he has really conceived the book, and he has allowed the book to mature and to evolve in him. So it shows me a quality man, a man of quality, someone that is not just, browsing through a book, but somebody that is really allowing the book to do some works of internal transformation with him. And I welcome the idea. It's open for debate.
All right. So when I read that, it sounded like some history textbook.
That's what I mean.
Like history textbook, or the way you could have history 101 in university as a Nigeria people and culture. I think I did something like that, if I'm not wrong.
Something like that is in Nigeria
University syllabus 101.
Yeah.
All right, so I would like to take a few comments from Facebook, and then we'll continue with the second one. Okay. So someone said, I'm completing him, said, when I play these videos in the house, my children look forward to hearing DSA laugh, and then they start to laugh. So that means your laugh is contagious, and it's good to know you make some people's day where they are.
But some people get irritated by my laughter as well.
Well, the same water that boils the
because each time I laugh, especially when I'm talking about what people are doing wrong, they are thinking that I'm actually making jest, or I'm laughing at the people who are talking about, but I'm not. That's just who I am.
I still think that a boiling water is neutral, but if you put a potato in it and you put egg in it, one will get hard, one will get soft. Okay. I think it's always made up of it's always dependent on what people are made of. So if people are bitter in them, no matter what you do, even if you are the happiest person on earth, it will still irritate them.
And they are the potato.
Yeah, they are the potato. So, but for you, they should, if they had watched your other videos, even when you were not talking about this thing, they would have seen you laughing. I mean, everyone knows that laughing and high five is your thing.
It's my identity.
Yeah. So it's good to know that those kids can laugh when they see you. And someone replied and said, GSA's laugh is contagious. All right, so Chris Isle is saying, don't think that Victor is giving the detail of that book. One cannot scratch even the surface of DSA's book. I agree with you. I couldn't even start talking about the content. I couldn't start talking about the content. So Mrs. Abiola Lojo is saying, Nigeria and the Leadership Question is the book I'm reading right now. I'm on page 52. Seeing how Nigerian is no longer going to wait for the Messiah leader in politicians to come and build a country of our dreams. We are to build Nigeria. That's a good review.
Getting it.
Yeah, that's a good review.
Getting it.
And she's doing a very good job in the area of education. She's partnered with our project 30 before 30, and we've been able to build a hub in Ajebule. And usually we work with public schools, but in our case now, she had to put those kids in private schools because Ajebule is one of the slums in Nigeria. So you can imagine the quality of education, even for private school, not to talk of public. So to raise the standard up a little, we decided to put them in private school. So I think she started to pay her dues too, in terms of the Nigerian question. So thank you so much for your investment, man. Yeah, so if we don't change Nigeria, nobody will. I just look at those kids in Ajebule. If someone like us is not standing up for them. No, I've not been there, but I sent them mysteries. And the report was a lot needs to be done, and it all comes to us. So nobody will build Nigeria if we don't.
But she's been there.
Yeah, she went there. She left America to go there. She was with those kids and their parents. She saw things. So that's it. All right. So Crystal is saying DSA's books are too detailed even to summarize.
He's very right.
Yeah. So Nikki Ike Okereke said that's true. Sounds like a social studies textbook. Okay, I guess she's talking about the first point.
The suggested title.
The suggested title, which is Nigeria, People and Culture. So the author of this letter suggested that he would like, he's not saying you should, but he's saying he would like to the book to read Nigeria, People and Culture. And you have said that it shows that he read it and conceptualized it for himself. He was able to, some processes were going through him. And that's probably how to read a book. Read it and personalize the message. Let it change something in you. All right, so Tracy is saying, I love DSA's laugh. It's very arty. Yeah. Okay. Chris is saying DSA cannot change his personality for everyone, for anyone. And Bisola is saying not everybody will love DSA, and that's fine. Ronke said that is our problem. We don't want to be corrected. As soon as you correct someone, you become their enemy. All right. Wow. Chris said, I lived in Ajegunle for a while, and it's a sorry situation. Yeah, it's really a sorry situation. But the real story on ground is if we don't change it, we'll wait a long time for government to do that. All right, so I would like to go to topic 2, or you have some opinion on Ajegunle?
No, topic 2.
Topic 2, okay. So the point 2 is, the book should get into the hands of every school operator.
No, you start with what did it start with? Does it have a statement?
Yeah, the statement is the book should.
No, that's the point, but it start that paragraph with the statement.
No, we started from the following are my deductions.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, the following are my deduction, recommendations, counsel after reading this book.
Okay.
1,
yes,
I would like to retitle the book to read Nigeria, People and Culture. 2, the book should get into the hands of every school operator, primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's in your hand. That's in you people's hands now. You people are working with schools, you, Success, Mrs. Abiola. I think all of you now should be campaigning for that, and at least recommending the books for those particular schools that you are working with, maybe. Definitely, I think it will be the greatest joy and the greatest blessing for Nigeria the day my books become textbooks. I think they are going to be in trouble because you have to use all my books. Maybe not all, at least 80 or 90% of them as textbooks. Because I will stand to argue with anybody that any of my book on any subject will be better or will compete with any subject of the matter in either secondary school or university or any topic. That I doubt it that if they are going to get any better book than my book on any subject, if I have written on that subject. So I think that they will need a lot of Nigeria, maybe the whole Ministry of Education will have to be controlled by our person to be able to introduce, but it will be a difficult thing because they will think it's biased. How can one person's book be in every subject or almost all subjects in the use? So I don't know how that will happen, but we'll wait and see. At least I've done my part. I've made it available out there.
Yeah.
It's not my call. It's not my decision to make the books to be used in secondary or primary or university level.
But you still think it's a brilliant suggestion?
It has to be. If that happens for Nigeria, can you imagine if every Nigerian will read about the leadership, Nigeria and the leadership question? You know, everybody will know the answer. There will be no problem. Corruption will be curbed. But people will know that it's not the government to blame. Everything will just begin to change in the whole mentality of the whole country. if every Nigerian will read this particular book, Nigerians will begin to bring out inventions and, creativity, innovations every minute, everywhere, explosion of Nigerian productivity will just begin. So, but of course, that's the best thing that could happen to the whole country if any of my books or some of my books will be adopted in schools.
So I guess I think Fisayo Ayeye was she's trying to work on something like that. She just recently partnered with that I'm aware of. I don't know if she wants me to talk about it, but well, I could just give a brief. With an NGO in Nigeria, so they'll be going from school to schools, and I'm aware a lot of these materials are going to be the basis for mentorship of those, especially girls. Yeah. So if every one of us who have read this book have influences and we have, reaching influences to schools, I think we can always raise up clubs. We can raise up mentorship clubs and programs for these school children, and we'll be able to do it that way. So we should move from just suggestions to drawing out maps and drawing out plans, concrete plans of how to get it done. And like DSA said, he's done his own part to write, and the part is in the ball is in our court to get it done and get those books to schools. I think we'll be able to reach more schools than he can as of now. So let's get that done. All right, so I would like to move to the third point, but I'll read first, second, third point, okay? So the first point...
The following?
Okay. The following are my deductions, recommendations counsel after reading this book. I would like to retitle the book to read Nigeria, People and Culture. The book should get into the hands of every school operator, primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. Third, the content of the book should be divided into 3 sections to form what I would like to call a syllabus for primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions respectively.
What's in there? Maybe we'll mention the 3 sections.
Okay. No, let's deal with this one first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's deal with this one first. So, but I would just like to ask you, if you are going to, because I've read a few of your books, or at least skimmed through, maybe not necessarily to embody them yet, but I've seen a few of your books that you've divided into age groups. You splitted them into age group. One of those is your unreleased book, How Not to Raise How Not to Raise a Spoiled Brat.
Yes.
How Not to Raise a Spoiled Brat. So I've seen how you divided that into age groups. I've also seen, I've seen a few of your works that you've divided into age groups. So for this one, how would you have done it if you were to divide into syllabuses that would be into primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions?
I don't know where he got that idea from, or what made him to come up with that suggestion. But I don't get even that point. I don't understand that point. Maybe you could explain it to me better.
Yeah, by syllabus is...
No, it's the point he made. Can you read it and explain it?
Yes, the content of the book should be divided into 3 sections to form what I will like to call a syllabus. So a syllabus for primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions, respectively.
Oh, I think what do you think he's talking about? How do you understand what he's saying?
For me, I think he's saying, after understanding the book, getting the context of the book, to be able to divide it into bits that people of different strata can chew, that they can digest, assimilate, and work with. For example, some of your books here in Ukraine have been made into games, have been made into children's material. So I guess that's the same thing he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, because the way I thought I understood it, what he was saying before was that the book should be divided into 3 parts. But I now understand that that's not what he's saying. So he's talking about using one book. Can I have the book?
Yes, sir.
So using this one book and adopting it or creating 3 different syllabuses from it.
Yes.
That's what he's talking about. So this book will take it, this same book will create 1 syllabus just for primary school.
Yeah.
Which will be easier for younger people to understand. Then we'll create another syllabus for secondary school students. Then this same material, we will use it to also create a syllabus for university students. So what he's talking about is the fact that the information here for university students might be okay. For secondary school, it might be simplified a little bit, but to their own level. And to primary school, it might even need more simplicity. Yeah. So, but what he's trying to say probably is that all of them must study this book.
Yeah.
Primary school, secondary school, university students must all study the book. I think that's what he's trying to say. Now I got it. Yeah, in that sense, definitely.
So if you were to do it, how would you have done it? Do you have any?
No, there's no. It's not about doing it or how to do it. It will depend on the teachers in this part of the world. I don't know what they call them in Nigeria, but in this part of the world they call them Methodists.
Methodist.
Yeah. They are pedagogical Methodists. So the pedagogues and the teachers, the education teachers, they know how to use to break them down. That is their profession, into hours, into questions, into approaches, plays. You know, for the people in primary school, they might need diagrams, or they might need to have some practical illustrations, or they might need to play it out. It might need to be informal. So a lot of different ways. There are some things in that book that will require people like Dangote to sit down with people. There are some things in that book that will require laboratory work, scientific laboratory research. So that might be the level of university. So they are different. Those would be pedagogical work. Not already my work.
All right. So that's more into the professional educational sector.
Yes.
So there are people who can do that. So the idea is brilliant, and it's a challenge to anybody who is out there and is into the profession of creating syllabuses out of materials. So you can take this up as a challenge. It will be really nice to see what you can create. The material is already there, and the book we are talking about is How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. And the author of this letter has suggested or strongly believes that this book should be in the hands of every Nigerian student, right from primary to secondary and then to tertiary institutions. So I strongly agree with him too. But I would like to go to the 4th point. I think we are covering more grounds this week. All right, so I'll start from the beginning of the point so that those of you who are joining can be carried along. So he's saying, the following are my deductions, recommendations, and counsel after reading this book. 1. I would like to retitle the book to read Nigeria, People and Culture. 2. The book should get into the hands of every school operator, primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. 3. The content of the book should be divided into 3 sections to form what I would like to call a syllabus for primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions respectively. Number 4. The book should be adopted by the Ministry of Education in Nigeria and then recommended as a must-read book for all pupils and students.
It's still in the same line.
Still in the same line with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number 5. The book should be recommended to all tertiary institutions in Nigeria to be adopted for their general studies courses, both at first year and final year respectively.
Okay.
It's
still in the same line.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number 6. The book should get into the hands of every Nigerian politician, especially those that believe in the entity called Nigeria and have a dream of transforming the nation to look like other developed nations.
That is a serious one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have your view on that, sir.
When it comes to, first of all, every Nigerian will need to read a book. But if every Nigerian will need to read a book, the politicians, of course, especially the politicians. But I don't know if it's easy, it's going to be easy or not. If I just, for example, what I did in Ukraine here is that I distributed my books, to all the parliamentarians. Yeah. And so gave it to them as a gift. I wonder if we could do that in Nigeria as well, just distribute it to them for free. Take the books to the lower chamber and upper chamber and distribute to the national politicians at least for free. Maybe but does that guarantee that they will be able to read it? I'm not sure.
Especially those ones who sleep.
So I'm not sure. Would they read it? Wouldn't they read it? No idea. But the fact that they need it or they need to read it, that is sure.
Yeah. So, in that line, sir, would you advocate for schools to train people to become politicians? What do you think about that idea?
Political schools, maybe not schools, maybe
institutions,
maybe political parties.
But political parties to train people
must have a preparation schools that they use. They don't just they shouldn't just give platform to people to be coming and contesting. That is an act of a huge responsibility. Somebody you don't know from Adam is just coming to use your platform and say, I want to become senator or governor, and you just gave him the platform and the ticket. It's very irresponsible. So what I would advise for all the political parties is for them to have their own preparatory schools and schools under their party where they prepare anybody. So anybody that they are going to promote to be a politician, a governor or a senator must have finished this preparatory something. So, and then we could have a syllabus or curriculum that is general for the whole country, all politicians. And then we should have some that are specific for people who are going for governors and for those who are going for senators, for the state and things. Then apart from that, there will be the particular curriculum or agenda of the party.
But most Nigerian parties don't have ideology. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That if it's not even coming to your mind that you have to train people who use your party to contest, we are not even talking about ideology right now. We're just talking about common sense. You don't release somebody to become a medical doctor and you are going to give the person license and you know that the person didn't finish medical school. And these are the people to rule the country. They are going to rule the doctors and the engineers and everybody, and nobody is sure what they are done, what they are coming with.
That could just be the origin of the mess in the Nigerian political structure.
Yeah.
No one seems to have certain direction. There seems to be strange bedfellows.
You see?
Who are just united by greed or ambition or something like that.
So that's why one of the first things that I would do if I'm to have a political authority or influence in the country is that I'm going to start a school where the politicians will be trained on how not to be corrupt, how to bring about efficiency, how to have a dream, how to cast a dream, how to make it one plus all those things.
Thank you so much for that contribution, sir. So I will read the point again, then we'll go to the last one on this
list.
On this list, yeah. All right. So the author said, the following are my deductions, recommendations, counsel after reading this book. I would like to retitle the book to read Nigeria people, and culture. 2. The book should get into the hands of every school operator, primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. 3. The content of the book should be divided into 3 sections to form what I will call, or what I would like to call, a syllabus for primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions respectively. The book should be adopted by the Ministry of Education in Nigeria and then recommended as a must-read book for all pupils and students. The book should be recommended to all tertiary institutions in Nigeria to be adopted for their general studies courses both at first year and final year respectively. 6. The book should get into the hands of every Nigerian politician, especially those that believe in the entity called Nigeria and have a dream of transforming the nation to look like other developed nations. Number 7, on an eschatological note in this part, the book should be used to motivate our fresh graduates at their National Youth Service Corps orientation camp. This will give them hope about Nigeria and possibly stop them from trying to escape out of the country on completion of the program. I would like to have your thoughts on that, sir.
Oh yeah, that is, yes, that is a very, very good way of, getting the content into the hands of the future leaders of the country as well, through the NYSC directorate. Yeah, I think that is a very, very good one. I will recommend the same thing. If there's any way to get the NYSC directorate to have access to the books, yeah, this I think is worth the idea.
Yeah. Generally, I would also like to get your opinion on the scheme itself, the NYSC.
NYSC program is, of course, definitely one of the very best things that has ever happened to Nigeria. One of the most important national assignment that Nigeria has ever undertaken. It's one of the most important national assignment that the country has ever undertaken. There's too many pluses and advantages in it that I cannot begin to mention all of them. And we own some of these things to people like Obasanjo and I think it was during the time of Obasanjo and Murtala. No, was it Gowon?
Yeah.
It was Gowon, okay. Gowon, I think that's the biggest and the best legacy that I would think that Gowon himself has left for the country. Very good, very wonderful idea. I will definitely buy into it. And, there are many advantages that I can talk about, but, it's for another day.
All right, so I would hope that day come quickly.
Yes.
Because we find out that...
I don't want it to distract us.
Sure. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of young people, they either try to dodge this or don't even use it well. And for me, I see opportunities in it. So I hope that they come quickly. So the book we're talking about is Nigeria. It's about Nigeria, and it is titled How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. So I think you should get this book. The author wrote this book just so that you can understand how and the things to do, on a personal note and on a communal note, to make Nigeria the greatest country in the world. And someone has read it and has attested to the viability of the contents of this book, and he's written a letter to Dr. Sunday to say, I believe in this book, and this book has done a few things in my life. It has made me believe in Nigeria again. It has made me proud to call myself Nigeria. It has made me realize that even though we are black, we are not inferior to those people called to the white people. So he has also given some of his counsel, some of his suggestions, some of his recommendations about that, and that's what we've been reviewing so far. So, and there are a few books that has also been written about Nigeria, one of which is Nigeria and the Leadership Question. Nigeria and the Leadership Question. Nigeria and the Leadership Question. So when you read this book, you will get a perspective to the early historical origin and political development in Nigeria. You'll get the solution to the Nigeria question, to the leadership question that Nigeria has been struggling with since independence. Then you would get a hold of the myth that leadership is Nigeria's only problem. And then when you are able to get a hold of it, that means you'll be able to demystify it. And you'll be able to understand the role of responsible followership in building nation. And then you'll be able to also demystify the concept of messianic leadership, waiting for someone to just come and save us. It has not happened by chance in our 58 years of independence. So what can we do? What should we do? You need to get yourself a copy of this book and then understand that. Then we have a few other books. How to this about Nigeria directly. The Nigerian economy, the way forward. The Nigerian economy, the way forward. So you will see how the Nigerian economy could be positioned for the next 50 to 100 years. The Nigerian economy to be positioned for the next 50 to 100 years. And Bill Gates was in Nigeria, interestingly, today, sir. I know I was saying the economic blueprint that Nigeria has does not even deal with the people. He studied the economic blueprint of the government and said, nah, this blueprint does not consider the ordinary people. But you read this book and I think you'll be able to see how Nigeria can move from emerging markets to top 10 in the world, top 10 economy in the world. And by that, you'll see the GDP per capita, how it will affect people directly. And that's exactly what you'll be able to find out in this book. So this one is also saying how the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the Nigerian economy. So you will see how the Nigerian economy can overtake the Nigerian economy.
The what?
The American economy. I guess I was a bit not in the hand now.
Again, so
yeah. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. I guess somehow I had put it in my subconscious and I'm just repeating. All right, so the book we are talking about now that I'm showing you now is how the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. That sounds quite audacious, but you just read this book and then you'll see that the end justifies the means. All right, so the next book deals with this myth: only God can save Nigeria. How many times have you just looked at your situation and said, this is our Nigeria, eh? It's only God that can save Nigeria, or you just throw your hands up and say, see, I give up. This one, if God does not come, nothing will happen. Only God can save this country. How many times has that happened? Yeah. No, more than once, more than twice. Yeah, so I'll tell you about the title. So more than once, more than twice. Now, how true is that? How true is that only God can save Nigeria? Find out when you read this book. Only God can save Nigeria. What a myth. What a myth. Now, the author is audacious. He knows that this is a myth. He knows that this is not true. He knows that this is just some cooked up sentiments or beliefs. And he has challenged that belief, and it's written in this book. Then you'll be able to see just exactly how the Nigerian situation, the Nigerian narrative can be changed. And you'll see that it is true you and true what you know. So, but you need to get this book to get that done. And there are some books that I believe that can help support the understanding you get from reading these books about Nigeria. Not just for Nigeria, but also for those of you who are outside of Nigeria. These books contains principles and they can be applied everywhere else. So this book can help in a great way. How Africans brought civilization to Europe, how Africans brought civilization to Europe. So I think it will do well. It will help you in a great deal. Then the next one, I mean, this is quite bulky, and it's because it contains a lot of information, painstakingly gotten and derived information. And this is how to transform and build a civilized nation. How to transform and build a civilized nation. How to transform and build a civilized nation. All right. So the next one, and definitely not the least, but it's the last that I'll be talking about at this moment. It's titled "How to Become a Developed Nation Through the Dignity of Labor." How to become a developed nation through the dignity of labor. Do you want to understand and reap the fruit of the dignity of labor? Then you need to understand the dynamics of how it works, and then you can apply it, and also then inspire people to do the same. And when you can complete that process, you are ultimately sure that you are contributing to the development of your nation, and you are helping to build your nation, be it Nigeria, be it Benin, be it Sierra Leone, be it United States, be it Germany. The principles always apply. The dignity of labor. All right, guys. So I would like to hear from Pastor Sunday what I thought so far.
Yeah, but I think you.
Yeah, just so far. Then we'll go back to the letter.
Yes, but where did we stop already?
Yeah, we discussed the last
point.
Yeah, we discussed the last point on his deductions and recommendations. So I just want to hear your review.
No, let's go to the next point.
All right.
I think he has more points in the book.
All right.
In the letter.
All right, sir. So he says, I want to give you, sir, the following counsel.
Okay.
A. All of the fellows whose achievements and exploits were recounted in the book should be contacted in person or in writing to be part of the Nigeria Transformation Project, the one you are spearheading.
Beautiful. Agree. What's the next one?
You should set up a university in Nigeria which will serve as a harvest basket for these brains, with you serving as president of the university.
Okay, that one is worth commenting, I guess. I should set up a university to discover talent or to harvest talent, like it says.
Yeah.
Set up university. I'm afraid that this particular person might be under the conditioning of the Nigerian environment. Because since it's a big thing for Nigerians to always set up university, maybe that's what is making him to consider that as an option for me. Should I set up a university in Nigeria just because I want to pass across this idea? Why don't I use the already existing universities? So I'm not sure if I want to set up a university because of this. I'm having ideas of setting up universities, but not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. But that's another project. But in regards to Nigeria, I'm more interested in setting up technical colleges. Technical colleges first. Those are the ones I consider as most urgent needs for Nigeria right now. Yep.
Technical colleges. So the third one is going in that line, so I don't know.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so it says, if the university is set up, these great professionals can be coming as visiting lecturers, or some of them can come back finally to give out their knowledge by lecturing in the school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Then D, which is the last but not the least, you can set up a kind of specialized language university. This will help showcase the various languages in Nigeria. DSA, I can go on and on. I would like to say to all Nigerians, this book is the roadmap we all need to arrive at our Rehoboth as a nation.
Rehoboth?
Yeah, Rehoboth as a nation.
What is Rehoboth? It's a biblical,
it's a biblical slang, yeah.
Okay, it's a place in the Bible. All right.
Yeah, going to try to find that out.
No,
Okay.
we don't have time.
All right. So, and it concludes the letter by saying, I am eagerly waiting for the release of your books, Why Countries Fall, and the role of
Why Countries Fail.
Fail. Okay. The book is titled Why Titles Fail.
Why Countries
Why
Fail.
Countries Fail, and the role of the elite in national transformation.
Yes.
Because I know both of them will be a bomb. So he's talking about two books there.
Yeah. It means he has been following me very closely.
Talking about two books there.
For him to have discovered that I want to write those two books, then he's an ardent follower.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So, Why Countries Fail, and the role of elites, of the elite in national transformation. Those are two books that Pastor Sunday or Dr. Sunday will be releasing very, very soon.
Yes.
We hope it comes sooner than you guys expect. So, thank you for giving us this masterpiece for national transformation. And it's signed.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what people are saying. I don't know if you have, I'm sure people will be commenting and they might have some thoughts on what they've been hearing so far.
Okay, so I'll try to go back as far as I can.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, so I will start with Matthias Agu.
Okay.
Matthias Agu said, I want to introduce the beneficiaries of my foundation to DSA books and make it a requirement. They are secondary school kids.
Okay.
Which book in particular would you recommend for a start?
Does he want to talk about for Nigerians or just for, you have to ask him in what direction. Does he want them to read books on Nigeria, or just he wants me to recommend any book for them at all? Because I don't know if you get my question.
Yeah, yes, sir. So, Mr. Matthias would like to know, DSA would like to know, do you mean these books you want him to recommend, do you want him to recommend them in the direction of just Nigeria, the books talking about Nigeria, or just general books? I mean, because he has quite a number. So, please let us know, do you want general books or specialized, books that are focused on Nigeria? I would like to read your comment much later, so we'll come back to that.
If he's talking about Nigeria alone, then definitely let them read all Nigerian books, especially Nigeria and the Leadership Question, and Only God Can Save Nigeria, what they mean, and then How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World.
Okay, so I'll show the books again. So if you want in the direction of Nigeria, then they should read all the Nigerian books they can lay their hands on, and I'm going to show you a few of them in a minute. So we have How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World, which is the book we are currently reviewing, and the next one is The Nigerian Economy, The Way Forward. Nigerian Economy, The Way Forward. Then DSA strongly recommends how to take Nigeria and the Leadership Question. Nigeria and the Leadership Question. Nigeria and the Leadership Question. Then Only God Can Save Nigeria, What a Myth. Only God Can Save Nigeria, What a Myth. Only God Can Save Nigeria, What a Myth. Then we have the Nigerian economy, How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake the American Economy. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. So, Mr. Matthias, there you have it. Those are the ones
on
Nigeria, the few ones that are here. So, if you are talking about books to be recommended on Nigeria, those are Pastor's DSA's recommendation to you.
But if he's talking about general books, in general, what are the books I would recommend? Then I will answer that later if that is the case.
Okay, so if it's, would you be answering it in public or?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's general recommendations, then it will be given that much later. All right. So
when I get his answer.
Well, that will be much later when we read. All right. So I can see Ms. Abiola just saying, I cannot wait for DSA's books to be used in schools in curriculum in Nigeria.
Yeah, louder.
I cannot wait for DSA's books to be used in schools curriculum in Nigeria. Tracy Imevbore is saying, brilliant idea. I guess that was when you were talking about
schools.
Yeah, schools, yes. And Chioma is saying, Matters Agbu, I recommend Who Am I? Why Am I Here? The creative, innovative power of a genius, raising the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. All right, so we have Nikki Ike Okereke saying they will not read it, but it's what they try. I think he's talking about the politicians, yes. Ademola Adeniro say we have to pray so that they read. Some of them in the parliament are illiterate. Well, I don't know about that. Gabriel Akinyome said Nigerian politicians read nothing. Just a percentage of them do, and that's why they have PAs, secretaries, and senior advisors, etc. Abiola Lojo is saying, I think we should be positive about it, believing that they will read it. It's what they try. Bemi David Lawa says, I think putting it in the hands of youth will be the best. I'm not sure if those in parliament in Nigeria will read it. They will not even take it home. All they know how to do is to share money. I have more faith in the youth if they are well groomed and given the right teaching and tools. Gift Blessing Nemo says, since I started reading DSA's book, so I can see and identify good books. All right. Gabriel Akinyomi is saying DSA groups in Nigeria can do that of NYC just to make PowerPoint presentation and discussions. Crisal says, I know come May, I will have a mind shift about Nigeria when I read all DSA books on Nigeria and Nigeria transformation. Okay, Chris is also saying, I will prefer DSA set up a leadership training institute to raise up leaders that will go on to raise up other leaders. Okay, so Elizabeth, I know is thinking you should also build primary schools. Okay. Grace Andrew, okay, good evening. Abiola just said technical colleges sounds like grassroots. Yeah, I think it sounds right. Joy says Joy Felix says technical schools in Nigeria is but without repute. If we can solidify on that, I believe Nigeria will be put back on the pedestal of innovation and reformations. Grace Andrew also supports the idea of technical schools. Say, wow, great idea. And Kenny Olajuba is saying if the DSA is used, that's if DSA's book is used in Nigerian schools, honestly, Nigeria will change very fast, and it will be revolutionary to the economy of the nation. All right, I think that's just about the ones we have now. Waiting for a reply from Matters Agbu if he's still on, and yeah. So, do you have any reaction to any of the comments, sir?
Well, I think that it's good that this particular letter of this young man that we are discussing has to do with Nigeria, and then has to do with books. So it covers a lot of ground. It's not just a personal thing. So he's, I look forward to our next meeting. And when would that be?
That will be on next Saturday.
Not this Saturday.
Next
the upper one. Yeah. We might not even have it because we'll be having anniversary.
Oh.
We'll be having anniversary. Everything will be suspended during the time of the anniversary and HMT. Until after the HMT, until the middle of or 10th of April. So from next week, we'll be busy here with the anniversary and HMT. But it's, you know, maybe we could still do one before then. Maybe next Thursday, who knows? No, next Thursday also. That's the beginning.
That will be after HMT.
Yes,
so I guess we'll see after HMT.
Mm-hmm.
See after HMT. But it's been a really nice one.
It's been a great time of discussion, yeah.
It's been a really nice one. And, you know, last week the people were arguing about you being president or not being president. But I think the conclusion all of us come to is the fact that you have this knowledge, you have this know-how, and that's evident in the fact that these are just segments of your thoughts. Only just segments. So, and the compendium is in you.
Yeah.
So one would just imagine how much is yet to come, and how much the nation will change, especially when you come back. So I believe a lot of us are raring to see you back in Nigeria, and let's kickstart the whole transformation of the country. And the one very important thing you said last week when I asked about why you believe in Nigeria was that you don't believe in Nigeria because of what Nigeria has to offer, but you believe in Nigeria because you believe in yourself. And I believe that's where all of us want to get to. That's why we have to study these books and get every other necessary information that will equip us to the point that we also can say, yes, we believe in ourselves. And so
what do you think? Maybe, and then what do general people think when they think of one man coming out with all these solutions for different things? For example, the series we are doing right now is on prosperity gospel, and then I recommend other books which are totally different direction. And all these books are on Nigeria. They are totally different ones and different titles, even on Nigeria itself. And so what do people think when they're thinking about this guy? Maybe that's why they are being tempted to think like a Messiah. They are looking for a Superman. You know, what do people think? Do they what is coming? Are they wondering how does he have time? Where does he get these ideas from? Or what is going through people's mind? Sometimes it's just interesting for me to know from the side, because for me, I think I'm doing nothing special. I'm just okay. I'm just doing what I need to do.
Well, from my own end, and a few people that I've been able to speak to, obviously I don't know the percentage that represents or that covers, but sometimes we just try to look at how do you manage your time and how do you get to stay strong, seeing, what you do and how much time, how you convert those time. And it's interesting to see you do those. And I think there was a time I tried doing that, and I was trying to do 16 hours every day, and I broke down. And to see you do that consistently, we wonder what kind of strength you work with, or what you are powered. What you are powered by. But when it comes to the knowledge and solutions you prefer, for me, and especially those who have known you or who have a little or somewhat access to you, and see the way you study, the way you go on solitude to just be with materials and be with God, I think there's little to wonder, because everything's about principle. It's about you sow your time in knowledge, and then you reap. You sow your time in information, you reap knowledge, and so by the time you come out to speak, you just cannot be speaking like the layman, because you've been able to get the necessary information, articulate them, and apply them to what is needed. You've gone through the cognitive cycle, and you've been able to come out with the results. So, it's just much to be desired that one way or somehow I too can get such information and prefer the solutions that you prefer. However, I also am of the school of thought that those who do not understand the kind of sacrifice you pay will think that it came on a platter of gold. There are some others who will think, why is it only you? Is it only you? You have solution to everything. But when they get exposed to what you're exposed to, when they come in contact with the body of knowledge that you've come in contact with, at least the amount of knowledge that you've been able to come in contact with, then they will understand that it's impossible to know what you know and not push it out there. I think, in fact, you are doing a little bit more of withholding, in fact, just so you don't release too much. And sometimes, even not just even your books now, even your Facebook video. I was speaking with a friend yesterday. I say, even me, I can't keep up. So just to imagine, this is just Facebook.
Just with the Facebook.
I said, I can't keep up with this. But say, me too. I wonder. I thought I was the only one. And we just laughed over it.
Even with the Facebook.
Just the Facebook video, just the live broadcast. I can't keep up. I try. I try.
No, but why did you say Facebook video? That's not Facebook video though. That's live broadcast.
Yeah, the broadcast. Yeah.
But apart from live broadcast, you don't have any videos.
Yeah, that's still Facebook video. This one I'm talking about broadcast.
But I would let me now tell you, broadcast I just only 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
Apart from the broadcast that you see, which I do direct live.
Yeah.
Those are 6 hours. I have also 24 other videos that come out every day. Apart from Skoka video, me every post I am doing. 20 other videos that are released every day. Then, apart from that, I still have at least 20 other articles that are released.
Yeah. So
on daily basis.
I can't keep up personally. So
that is not talking about the live blog.
Yeah.
The live blog is the small one.
It's the small one, right? And was it last HMT?
And then, that is what people cannot go with.
Yeah, just the broadcast. And then was it last HMT when someone was saying, and I obviously agree, that DSA writes more book than you can read. So he writes with more speed. I mean, releases more books. I mean, who releases 5 books at once?
Well, you know that we have even more, even the ones you know.
Yeah. Let's even talk about the ones that are with me.
That you are translating.
That are unreleased. The ones that are, because I told before I came, I had in the folder of the ones that I've not even submitted,
yes.
There were about 8.
That are not yet even edited yet.
No, these ones have been edited, but have not been submitted. Then there's another list of about 15 that has not even been touched. So it's not even been touched. So
they should hear you.
So okay, there are
the ones that have been submitted.
The ones that have been submitted so far now, I can't remember the number, but
maybe 5, 10.
Yeah, it's going to 10 now.
Is it?
Yeah, going to 10 that have been submitted.
But
has not even been released. Because the ones that have been submitted has not even been released. But I have 8 that have been completed. Is there.
And have not even been submitted.
Have not been submitted because we have to go through it again. And then we have about 15 that has not even been touched. So just on that level, I mean, and these are works that are already done in Russian, so it's not like they are new works. So not to talk about the new books that you are writing, the novel, new.
That have not been written in Russian anywhere.
Yeah, so I think you release more content than we can keep up with. So that's why we know that for many years to come, if it's to just be studying the materials you release, there's so much to go through. I have 5 of your books prints at home now that I've not even opened at all.
Although you have them.
I have them, but I've not even opened them. So I'm trying to keep up with the materials.
Even though you are already, every day, even though you are not opening those ones, you are already touching, you are getting so much information.
So much information,
even apart from those ones.
Yeah. I've not even opened it.
And
five different books.
Accessing more information every day.
To keep up is... So it just shows us the kind of information. And when one goes to your YouTube and see another cage, another library of information there.
The YouTube is bad news.
Yeah, so then
the YouTube alone will take 60 years to go through.
Then you will now look at those who think you want to sell a book. But what of the information you are giving freely on YouTube without any sort of fee to be paid to access? People have the information you have.
There are 20 other videos apart from the live broadcast every day. Not every week, every day.
So
all of them are for free.
We'll just try. We'll be trying to keep up. All right. So thank you so much, Dr. Sunday. I think we should hang it.
People don't know what it means to work.
Yeah, wow. So I guess they should.
So when they see that somebody is pastoring the biggest church in Europe, he was able to do this at 33 and all that, people just think it happened or God bless him or this is what it takes. For you to do what somebody has never done in life, or for you to be the first person to do something that no human being has done, you've got to put yourself through some pressure and duress that no other human being is ready to put themselves through.
I think this would help, and how to urgently become a workaholic.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. Yeah. No, I think it's that in that place.
Okay. Yeah. So, how to develop a nation through the dignity of labor. And there's another book called How to Urgently Become a Workaholic. Then there's one, Work or Pleasure, right?
Yes.
Or Work or Vacation or something.
Why work is better than vacation?
Why work is better than
Labor
vacation?
better than favor.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you read these books, you just understand why. And the truth is, there is no reaping without sowing. And sowing, I'm not talking of the money your GO wants to collect. I'm talking about planting the seed of exactly what you want to reap. So if you want to become this, you must do this to get this. So there's no food, as it were, for people who don't work. Yeah. So to see the things you are able to produce, then one has to go back to the history of how you've been able to dedicate yourself to work. And you were talking about it, of how you started from your university days of 6 hours daily study. 6 hours daily study, and that became a part of you, and you were just expanding your capacity. And once 1 week in a month at least, you dedicate yourself, you move away from every other thing, just to be with God and to study. So I mean, the results are clear, and hopefully one day we too will be able to duplicate the same. And
at least there is a prototype.
Yeah, a model. All right, so it's been a nice time hanging out with Dr. Sunday today. So I would like him to just say goodbye to you guys, and we'll see you next time, okay? And my name is BAMISAYE Victor, and the host and anchor of Dear Dr. Sunday. All right, over to you, sir, as we say goodbye.
Well, the journey continues. I don't understand why anybody would not work the way I'm working. And the reason is because I think everybody is supposed to be aware of the same thing that I'm aware of, and why I work hard the way I work. And what I'm aware of is I am finite, and my life is limited, and I only have one chance at life. So if I only have one chance at life, I think anybody who understands that has to just work the way I'm working. And but because of the vanity of life and triviality of everyday life, people don't even think about it. But if you stop and think about it, you will see that that's the only way to live. Peace.
All right, see you guys at in the next 30 minutes at the 9 o'clock broadcast, and we hope to see you again the next time we'll be having Dear Dr. Sunday. All right, guys, see you.
Bye.